Sure, it goes, well, just looking at the city, or residents, it's 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour if you're under 950 kilowatt hours, and if you're over 1,000 kilowatt hours, it's less, it's 7 cents a kilowatt hour. And each tier, it's cheaper for the more you use.
Right, well, we used to have a lot more that would make it cheaper as you went up, and we collapsed those back down, is what we did. So you have fewer of those declining blocks, is what you have.
Does anyone hear the argument that I'm putting?
Yeah, I hear what you're, I hear.
I mean, you
I
can
hear
do
what
it any
you're
way you
saying.
want, I mean, it's just that, you're gonna radically change it at that point.
You've done away with the larger discounts.
Yeah, I mean, the
Right.
ones that used to be really up there, we did away with that.
It's even better for us.
Yeah, and the rest of the structure remains the same. I mean, so if you want to change that, to have one rate for all those, I mean, we can do that.
And then, I mean, from current bills, I can understand my bill going up because we're getting more, we're asking for an improvement. I can understand and relate, approving my bill going up. I don't like knowing that my bill's going up by 12%, whereas a larger consumer's bill is actually decreasing from where it currently is, down 27%. I don't feel that's fair, and I think that's gonna be hard for some people to swallow in this community. And I don't agree.
What sheet?
The one that shows the rates, the flat rates, across for 3 years. Get one?
But that's not what's before us right
No,
now.
no, but it explains, it shows exactly what's now, what's the first year, second, yeah,
Or less.
last time's packet.
And this shows all of the rates for inside and outside, what it is currently, and for the 2 steps.
It's not decreasing anybody's bill, is it?
It could on some of them, I didn't think a large one was.
I remember I remember that the rates for the outside were always higher than the rates for the inside. And that was on the card, and I don't know if something happened and something got messed up on the last rates that were implemented.
No,
but it-
I agree that the outside of the city should be more expensive than the inside of the city since they're not paying taxes.
Yeah, that's
I
right,
agree
yeah,
with you on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
my rub is that the people using the most are paying way less per kilowatt hour, in my opinion, than
Did
people that are
this,
conserving and are small.
yeah. Did this cheapen it up quite a bit then, with this new structure, for the larger units versus what it was? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Their minimum
It looks
rate
like the increase is
quite
basically
a
on the
higher
larger
than-
heats.
The minimum rate is higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where you make up
Yeah.
for that.
The
For the
minimal
large
users,
businesses.
as it's laid out, they're shown to me that they probably won't be paying any more come February's bill than they are right now.
Yeah. And that's what's nice, the bigger
The
users
increase
are
is-
picking up a little more of the other end of it.
As I understand it, this 3% increase is basically, for lack of a better word, gonna be tacked onto the businesses and
Large users.
the larger using residential.
No, it's 3% across the board. The total revenue coming into the city is gonna be 3% more than what it currently is.
And they're trying to get that out of the heavier users.
But the way that this was presented to us at the work session was that this 3% increase is going to be spread across differently, at different percentage increases. The way I took it from the work session was that the small homeowner is going to be paying about 12% more. I don't recall what the middle was, but the large was a decrease of 27% according to what was presented at our work session. And we haven't had any follow-up work session since then, so I'm going off memory. I didn't bring my packet from that previous meeting, so I don't have anything to point to here, but I'm just going off memory.
Now, what I'm seeing, the large business outside the city is going from 132 to 154 minimum, and it's going from 6.3 and 7.35, or 6.1 and 7.1 up to 6.3 and 7.35.
Where are you contrasting that with?
I'm getting,
No,
but
you're just in that ordinance, you're looking at just the first year increase and the second year increase. You're not looking at the increase from what it is current.
Current, yeah,
The current information's not in that package.
right.
It was in our last
It
package.
was in the previous one, yeah.
So is the council wanting more information?
I think so. I think
I
we
have
ought
a
to.
comment
Let's-
to make
let's-
before we get there.
I entertain a, excuse me, go ahead.
I thought that when the last franchise fee that we added was put on, that it was put to the council, that was supposed to pay for the cost of these projects that we're going to do, and now we're doing this because of that too.
No, the franchise fees are basically break even because you drain that out. I mean, you're charging an 8% franchise fee on your electric fund every month. And we will, and we're not 8% yet on that. We will in another couple of years. And that's just a break even. Because we've been charged, well, I think we started at 5 and we moved to 6, and by, I forget what year it is, we'll be at 8%. But we did that over a 3-year period.
Well,
I mean, that'll certainly help offset and maybe.
according to the most current bookkeeping that I have, the electric fund is $420,000 to the good for just this year.
Mhm.
That to me doesn't indicate we need a raise.
Well, again, I don't know what the future's gonna be for you. I mean, I can't guarantee it, but based on those projections, yeah. Yeah, the franchise fee is just breaking even. That doesn't really help. I mean, I think we got hurt by it over the years, because we were pretty low a few years ago on the electric fund. And to close the gap, we did that. So that's just basically stops the bleeding.
what about that gas line? Where's that money gonna come from?
Well, that would be what we're talking about here,
I entertain a motion that we table this till the next meeting and go and come forward to the next
Okay,
meeting.
well, the other, I guess the question I have, what would be the actual information? Because I thought we had, at the last one, we had a pretty good discussion, and we were kind of on the same page as far as the rates would go. So what is the additional?
I would like to see a different structure that we could compare with, and
But why would that go? That is the first time I'm hearing that, so I don't remember that being part of the other discussion.
What it is now.
I know, okay, that's great. Yeah.
I don't think it's right that somebody should be getting a decrease in their monthly bill when everyone else, when we're trying to raise the rates across the whole of the city. I don't think somebody should be getting a sweetheart deal. The way it was presented at that last meeting, they said there was a 27% decrease from the current bill with this new rate structure, and that's the number that's sticking in my head. And I mean, I'd like to see at least like a 3% across the board flat increase. I think flat would be fair. Putting the majority of the increase on the small guy, I don't think is right. So I would just like another plan that we can compare and contrast and maybe get a better.
Does this plan have anything to do with the outside the city increase that we're looking at?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all, outside, inside is all included in there over a two-year span. I mean.
Is theirs going up more than people in the city?
No.
Not by much.
Yeah, not by much. I mean, we didn't, it's based on, the side of your business or, whatever. It's not, what you see here isn't a radical restructuring of the rate structure that's been in place for I don't know how many years the city's done it. The only thing we did was take out the really three top ones that had declining block and just get rid of those. So when you get to a certain amount, you're still paying that per kilowatt hour.
How about if you gave us an example of so-and-so used 1,000 kilowatts, and here's what his old rate is. Sunflower used 14 million.
You got yeah.
Just something like that would show us exactly.
I mean, Glenn, could you pull out a residential user, say an average residential user, a inside business, and then say AGCO, and what their current rate structure is, and what either it's gonna increase or decrease, same thing for that middle business owner, and then one for, say, outside, say, Acton, for instance.
Yeah, you do that. The only danger in doing that is that you're gonna take 1 month and say, you know, this is what it's gonna look like. And going forward, I don't know what the price of natural gas is gonna be, you know, host of other things that would go into that bill. So we can give you sort of like a snapshot in time of, boom, what it would be like that, and say that would
Maybe
be.
you could talk to the people that did this, because apparently they have the numbers somewhere that give them averages on usages for annual, because
Right.
they came up with annual numbers.
Right.
So they have that. Shouldn't be hard for them to plug in whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it wouldn't, but I guess, you know, if you're gonna use that as a, you know, set in stone type of thing, because, you know, we all know this changes.
Well,
I think it
It can't.
let people visually see what the
Yeah.
actual increase.
We gotta realize.
Right,
there's a very-
you can see, you know, month by month, or, you know, what your year, that might impact you for 12 months going forward, or whatever, so. Yeah, you can run those kind of scenarios, that might
I'd
be
like to
helpful to
see
see.
it for like you're talking here only, I'd like to see it for a residential in and out. And then your urban, or your
Commercial.
commercial, small commercial, in and out, and your large users in and out. And say pick
Just pick a
Sunflower
month, you
and,
know, or just whatever.
Entertain a motion that we table ordinance 2159 till the next
I
meeting.
so made.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
second it.
Second, by the way. Any further comment? Mandy, you want to take a roll call on that, please?
Abel,
yes.
Latrell,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Gingler,
Yes.
Yes.
Peterson,
Yep.
Audie,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
I thought I heard Mike.
Tony.
Not Chicago.
Well, I need it.
Next item on the agenda is resolutions.
That's my boss.
And, Resolution 2014-20, the Bible building on North Campus improvements.
So we just need to make a resolution, add the open utility here.
And we just, that's part of that
If we
process.
proceed with this, I would make that motion.
Motion's been made by Councilman Richards that we approve Resolution 2014-20. Have a second? Second by Councilman Peterson. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Mandy, would you please take a roll call vote?
Richard,
Yes.
Gingler,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Latrell,
Yes.
Abel,
Yes.
Audie,
No.
Miller,
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Next item on the agenda in our formal actions is the repairs to the turbocharger number 6 in the amount of $51,182.05 for repairs to GE Oil and Gas. Comments, questions?
I, as a council person, really do appreciate this kind of information. It shows exactly everything that, you know, you're looking at, what needs repaired, this is good information.
Yeah, it is.
And I make a motion to go ahead and approve the recommendation for GE Oil and Gas in the amount of $51,182.05 to repair the turbocharger on
Motion's
number
been
6.
made by Councilperson Abel that we approve the turbo repair from GE Oil and Gas for $51,182.05 to repair turbocharger number 6. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Miller. Any further discussion?
I have a question. Why now is my question. Why, when you don't have the gas line to turn it on, why fix it right now? Like, is this a can that we can kick down the road?
No, I don't believe you can, and we can run our engines, we just can't run all of them on natural gas right now. You can run, you want to run a combination natural gas and diesel, you can run your engines. So we can run all your engines, it's just on a different fuel. So, but it needs to be repaired, and so it won't get any cheaper in the future, that's for sure. They never do.
Are you running the engines now?
We've tested here, but not all of them. As Matt's pointing out, we can only run, if we were to put them online on natural gas, we only run 2 of the big ones online right now, because that's what they've limited us to as far as pressure of the plant. So yeah, we can run them, but if we wanted to run all of our engines, we'd have to use a different fuel, which would be diesel, which we have done. We have run diesel, not so much this year. But
You
the year
just do
before.
that on emergency or?
Just usually in emergencies or when the power pool calls, which they really didn't do that much this summer, but the summer before we did. We ran a lot more because it was hotter basically, and they had a bigger need for it. So we can run them, and we don't like to run them continuously on diesel. Natural gas is a lot better fuel.
Didn't we do a cost comparison per hour, diesel over?
Yeah, diesel is much more expensive, but when the power pool called, they were paying for us, because they were paying that premium. But they don't do it much, but they will do it, but.
As long as we pay.
Yeah, so yeah, you can run all your engines in your plant right now.
No further discussion? Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item on the agenda is the wire bid from Chris Davis in the amount of $5,547.50. Any questions, comments?
I so move that we approve the water bill.
Motion's been made to approve the wire bid from Chris Davis in the amount of $5,547.50 from Councilman Richards, second by Councilman Audi. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. We have no closed session. Need a motion for adjournment.
I so moved.
Moved by Councilman Peterson that we adjourn. Do I have a second? Second by Councilman Richards. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion
I just love you guys so much.
Motion carries. We're adjourned. We're in the work session. Katie is not present tonight. Lynn, do you have anything else?
No, nothing further.
Okay. We stand adjourned.
That's a socialist working on public power like that. Major means of,
Yeah, I don't I should try to find
Yes, sure it is. Look at you, girl. Dave was talking about
You mentioned trash.
across the street. You know him last night? You mean here? The council? No, he was here about that.
Is that
Big
your
report. Yeah, wait.
Oh, should I stop this? I wonder where recording is. Lou stood up. Hey, you know how I stopped this? Oh, I bet right here.